reflexive verbs. Guys, think about it. In the word itself, reflexive, some things should come to mind. Think of reflection. Think of a mirror. Think of the person standing in the mirror, sees the reflection in the mirror. That's what you need to associate with these reflexive verbs. These reflexive verbs are verbs that the doer of the action is the recipient of the action as well. So, for an example, if I wash a car, I'm doing the action, the car is receiving the action. That's not reflexive. If I'm washing myself, okay, I'm doing the action, I'm receiving the action, that's a reflexive verb. So they conjugate just like your present tense verbs from Spanish 1, but there's just a little wrinkle that we add. If you take a look at the board, that the verb that's on the board, you'll see that you see your typical infinitive verb, but you see this added piece right here, which lets us know that it is reflexive. Okay? So, whenever we're going to conjugate a reflexive verb for a subject, let's just say we have the subject yo, and you are given a blank, and you are to fill in that blank with the correct form of lavarse. Well, what you do is you take the pronoun and bring it out front. But se isn't the pronoun that goes with yo. It isn't the reflexive pronoun that goes with yo. The reflexive pronoun that goes with yo is me. After that, we've done away with our pronoun. Oh, go back. Let's erase that again. Let's try that again. We've erased our pronoun. We've taken care of it. And now all we have to do is conjugate that verb as it should be conjugated. So we'll make the change to our ending for yo, and it would be me lavo. Yo me lavo, I wash myself. Alright? If it's tú, well, we're going to do the same thing. We have to have the pronoun, so let's go back and add our pronoun back in there. So we've got lavarse. Well, for tú, we have a different reflexive pronoun. That reflexive pronoun is te. So again, we've eliminated our reflexive pronoun, we've brought it down and we've made a conjugation. So now we have to change the form of our verb, and you guys already know the tú ending, it's lavas. So it's tú te lavas. Alright. Él, ella, usted, same thing. Let's add our pronoun back in there. And now we have, now with this one, it stays the same. That's the pronoun that we use. So it's él se lava. Alright, él se lava. What if your subject was nosotros? Well, your reflexive pronoun is nos, and then we conjugate our verb. Nos lavamos. If it's ellos, se lavan. Alright, and I'll put this up there so you can see it all together. So reflexive verbs have reflexive pronouns. Those reflexive pronouns are me, te, se, nos, and se. Me, te, se, nos, and se. Those are the reflexive pronouns. Those are your reflexive pronouns. Conjugations work the same in that our ending is based on what type of verb we have. If it's an AR verb, it'll have an ER. If it's an AR verb, it'll be o, as, a, amos, an, just like in Spanish 1. ER, IR verbs, o, es, e, hemos, or imos, en, those same endings that you were familiar with. The only change is that we've had to bring the reflexive pronoun in front of our conjugated verb. Alright, so let's just take a look at a verb conjugation. We won't use it in a sentence, we'll just look at the verb conjugation itself, and that'll be the end of this lesson here. Alright. sure we have everything clear. Good. All right, let's write in our pronouns. Our pronouns are me, te, se, nos, and se. All right, let's just say your verb is bañarse, to bathe oneself. And there are lots of other verbs that are reflexive, but that's just the two that popped into my head because I think they're some of the easier ones to remember. All right, so let's do a real quick conjugation of this verb. If you want to try it on your own and then check to see how you do, go ahead and pause the video and then come back, push play after you do your own conjugation. Let's see how you did. But we'll go ahead and make the conjugation. Me, te, se. Well, me baño. Look at what I've done. I've gotten rid of my reflexive pronoun by changing it to the correct one for the subject. I've changed my ending for the subject because out here, you know, we have yo. Down here with tu, you know that it should be bañas, baña, nos, bañamos. Man, sorry about that. Let's clear some space. Alright, try that again. Nos. Nos bañamos. And se bañan. Alright, that's how you conjugate reflexive verbs. Remember, you use them when the person doing the action is also the recipient of the action. You can think of these verbs as your morning routine verbs. You're brushing your teeth, taking a bath, waking up, getting up out of the bed. These are your daily routine verbs. We'll talk more about these in class. Hope this tutorial has been beneficial. Let me know if you have any questions via email, Twitter, or just in class when you see me. Thanks.